can't even tell that these are little skeletons. Do you see?
Ooh, but you've told us, so now
Yes, we can.
Oh my god.
Like on camera, you
see
can't
it.
tell.
I can see that now.
I can see
Why
it.
are we
Okay.
wearing skeletons for this game, Dan? Huh?
Because some of us are gonna die, and I already know who I think it is.
Which two of us are on your ear, and I call right ear?
You should put on really big, like, ones that, like, come down to, like, your pecs. And then we'll be able to know they're skeletons.
Oh, but you got to get like nipple rings and then connect at the feet and then to your ears.
The foot bone's connected to the nipple bone.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Tiny Ghost Chef Games. I am your ghostly host, Dan the Baker, and I am here today with episode 5 of What Lies Below, our currently Brindlewood Bay game. And I'm here with my illustrious elders, beautiful beachgoers. Would like them to introduce themselves, starting with Jamie.
Hello, I'm Jamie. I am playing Luann Washington, but you can call her Honey. All her friends do.
Tanner.
I'm Tanner Asnero playing Old Jojo.
I almost said your character name, VJ.
Hi guys, I'm VJ, and after doing a long stint as JoJo, I am back to being my Black King Moore.
And last but not least, Sid.
Hi, my name is Sid Matea, and I am playing Elle or Lily Mae Jones.
And last we left our group of meddling elders. We were in the sewers of Brindlewood Bay, looking at the where the seal is, the seal that you all resealed. You thought so, at least 50 years ago. And Honey has come under a bit of a spell as she hears the phrase, "Welcome home." I want to know what goes through Honey's mind as she hears, which, by the way, you hear in your own voice, "Welcome home," and not your current voice, the voice of 20-year-old Honey speaking to you. What goes through, what, like, reaction do you have to that?
I think Honey hasn't let herself hear her own voice in her head in a long time. She has done kind of whatever it takes to be listening to music all the time. She has white noise in every room she's in. She doesn't like to be alone with her thoughts. And here, even though she is surrounded by the people who once meant the most to her, maybe still mean the most to her, she is alone with herself. And I think she is terrified.
Honey, you feel yourself like almost, it feels like a drop of a roller coaster as you return to that void-like space you were at 50 years ago. Everyone else, you just kind of see Honey go limp, not like fall to the ground, but just like shoulders down, slack-jawed, eyes open, but not looking at anything. Honey, in this void space, a fog coalesces around you and forms into a being of smoke and fog wearing your face. You're 23, I believe? You're 23 50 years ago? Your 23-year-old face. And it repeats, "Welcome home. It's been so long."
Forgot I left you here.
I'd like it here, so I'm glad. I'm glad to be left.
Well, this is done. You understand that? We're here to finish things up. Finish what we should have finished the first time.
No.
So this is over.
No. That's not how this works. You took the deal. I held up my end of the bargain. You've led a long life. 50 years with your own name, with your freedom, with no one from your past even remembering you existed, or the debts that you needed to have paid off. Erased. And you just needed to open a door. That's what you did. Now you just need to leave, and leave the door open.
And what happens if I don't?
Let's just say I'll run out of goodwill that I have towards you and your friends. If you can call them that anymore. I don't know if they really like you that much.
Well, I don't know if I'm their friend, but they're mine.
Do you want them to be your friends again? I could make them forget all about what you did. You could go back like nothing ever happened.
See, honey, I've been alive a long time, you're right. And one of the things I've learned is that it doesn't do you any good to believe in something that won't believe in you right back. And I was young and I was stupid. And I didn't see it the first time, but they believe in me. I don't want them to be wrong.
But they already were wrong. Believed in you back then. You opened the door and you let me in. And sure, I've been spending most of the last 50 years conserving my energy and resting, planting my roots under the ground here, but I'm ready to have some fun, and I don't want you guys to ruin it.
Well, every party's gotta end sometime.
I'll decide when this one ends. And if you change your mind and you want things to go back to the way they were, and you want your friends to stop being mad at you, if you want Elle to stop looking at you like that, all you have to do is say my name. And you get in your mind almost like just a series of sounds that form what could be a name, but that you know you could reproduce. But it's like something that's like could not be written down. Like the, that's all you have to do.
You gave me my own back, and I think I'm gonna stick with that for the time being.
As you wish. And you see this smoke form, which has kind of just been swaying, almost moving as if like a breeze is pushing it around. Slowly moves towards you, and a like hand-like form comes out, brushes your cheek. Your face leans forward, kisses you on the forehead, and you feel yourself coming back into your body. The rest of you, a few seconds have passed of Honey being in this stupor, but you see her return into herself.
Oh, you're all still here.
Yeah.
Where did you
I was
go?
worried you wouldn't be.
I'm
Why?
not going anywhere.
I was back in that place in the middle. I don't know what you're supposed to call it.
It talked to you then?
It knows what we're trying to do, and I can't say it sounds too pleased. But made it sound like maybe the years where it seemed like things were normal or close to normal, there were things going on below the surface. Maybe it's deeper this time.
That's not good.
Okay, everybody take a step back, please.
Just instinctively put both arms out for Jojo and Luann to get behind and take a step back.
Moore is going to use his word of power break to just crumble this wall that's here, that on the other side should be the chamber we saw 50 years ago.
This will be same as we did with JoJo. This will be the occult move. Getting a 10 plus, it works fine. On a 7 to 9, it will work, but you will also mark a crown of the void. And on a miss, you will mark a crown of the void, and you will never be able to do this again. You will never be able to use this word of power.
Well,
Roll your 2d6.
okay, that's fine. It's a 10. 8 plus 2.
Explain to me what is the process going through Moore's body of this word of power?
Yeah, so just like it was 50 years ago, it was very much his own. It was very much him taking some of like the sludge of himself, moving from his body onto whatever he's trying to break and trying to insert itself in the cracks. However, I'm assuming because this is a pretty new place that there aren't any cracks at this moment. So in this actual scenario, his hands are out, like these large fists form out of the sludge, and he just starts banging on the wall until it starts to crumble.
This would be on the floor, because you're above where the seal is.
Oh, the floor. That's right. Yeah. Okay, so banging on the floor. And I think he's like it's extended so that whatever he cracks, it's not like he falls into the hole or anything, but he is banging these sludge fists on the ground until the hole opens up.
More smash. You do that. The hole opens up. I'll say it's like about like a 3.5 foot wide rugged hole that you can see leads down into this tiny cavern that you guys were in 50 years ago.
Nice work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you shine your flashlight or look down there? You wave your flashlight into this hole, into the cavern, and you can see littered across the floor are husks. What I think, Elle, you would be very familiar with these. These are cicada husks.
How big are they?
Like big, yeah.
Oh, I guess I was asking, are they bigger than what they should be?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's so much so, you cannot see the seal beneath them, or even the floor beneath them.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Okay, that's fucking nasty. Is there, as I just flash my flashlight around, are there holes in the wall down here, or is it totally flat everywhere?
I think you can see that there are some cracks. You can see actually the hole that you guys made 50 years ago, where you stashed the disc. And you can see there are some cracks, but none that seem intentional or that like if you're looking for like where these came dug
Yeah.
in from, like there's not like you don't see like huge holes.
Great.
But you think they could have come in through some of the cracks, because the cicadas are creepy and weird.
Yeah.
They also just burrow underground as well. But something attracted them here. Is there any way to tell, I guess, an extension of Moore's question? Do they seem different or these husks seem different in any way than what a normal cicada would seem like, even in like subtle ways?
I think for you to figure that out, you'd have to get up close and personal. By the way, Joe, you still have, Jojo, a little bit of an after image from your failed light spell. I did want to ask Elle, how is she feeling after seeing the face of her dead wife?
You ask such casual, really fun questions.
I just like getting to know you guys, icebreakers.
No, for sure. Little sit down. I think Elle, it is not an uncommon experience for her to be in the middle of something and turn and swear she sees Betty's face or side profile. It has been happening to her since the day she lost her. And I think in this moment, being down here, it feels worse having it been somewhat superimposed over Honey's face. There's a very sick guilt she gets in her, realizing that the feeling she had looking at Betty is a bit too similar to the feeling she still gets looking at Honey. There is this protective nature that she has over all of her family and all of her friends, and with both Honey and Betty, there was just something else there that she could never put words to. And when that feeling starts to blossom in her chest a little bit, seeing Betty's face, it immediately turns to nausea and then into action as she realizes that they are still down here in this space and this is no time for her to really think back in that way.
Have you looked at Honey since, and if so, how?
Yes. I think when Honey started speaking again, she looked away when Honey's face went slack, but when Honey spoke again and she asked her if she had had a talk and she had been back there, she looked up at Honey again.
So yeah, you are all gathered around this hole looking into what has to be several hundred cicada husks.
I want to just start digging through them, reaching for
So you go
the
down?
bottom. Yep.
One after another.
Oh, yeah, I'm going in the bug hole.
Yeah.
I have an over-the-table question because I don't know how cicadas work. Like, husks as in, like, the way when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, it leaves that, or husks as in their bodies?
It's like an exoskeleton that they split out of. They live most of their lives underground, and then they shed their, like, underground bodies and go out and fly, and that's when they're really loud in the trees.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, cool.
seeing
So,
some of them around is probably not uncommon for this time of year in this climate.
Yes.
okay, cool. But with the husks, that means hundreds and hundreds of them have split open out of their exoskeletons and are elsewhere right now because we don't hear the...
Yeah, if we're swimming in them, it's probably more like thousands.
Yeah.
It's like when you jump down there, first of all, crunch. To the grossest sound.
A little ASMR as a treat?
I wish I had like a water bottle or something I could like wrinkle. Yeah. It's that, but like times 100.
You're that one really good fall
gross.
leaf, but you're just stepping on hundreds of cicadas instead.
Yeah. But like it goes up to like the top of your shoe.
Oh.
Like it's not like, that like it's covering the floor. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
But like, like that, maybe like 3-inch thick layer.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, cicadas are also tanner. They're really attracted to, like, the humming power equipment makes, so, like, if you're near, like, heavy machinery. So there's a
Yes.
huge chance that if there's been more building down here and things happening, that they kind of found this and just
Or
housed.
if they can see what I saw through my camera of
Yeah.
this emanation of power, whatever that may be.
So what are you doing now as you get amongst the cicada husks?
I want to say that Moore hasn't jumped down there yet because and it's like, how are we gonna get back up? So it's kind of waiting at the hole to help each other up, unless something happens, then he is jumping down there immediately. But it's like head sticking down, kind of looking around, weird, slightly elongated looking shit with the sludge.
Okay, I would like Jojo, you said you're like digging around in there, right?
I'm trying to find our original slab.
Okay, then I want you to give me a meddling move. I'm gonna say this skill is. I think this is gonna be composure.
Okay.
May I help Jojo, please?
Sure. I'll say that you can give Jojo an extra +1.
Yes.
Really good, thank you.
Yeah. Just holding the flashlight above you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12.
Yes!
Great. Then you find a clue. You sweep away these husks. And also, I don't know if you've never been around like a large number of cicada husks. Like they do have a slight smell to them. Like when it's just like a handful of them, it's not that bad. But like I have been in places where there's like tons of them, and it's like it is a. I don't even. It's almost an umami, you know. That's the only way I can explain it. But yeah, that's wafting in your face as you're clearing out the middle of this, sending out waves of husk to the edges, and you find the disc, secure in its hole, uncracked, seemingly untampered with. And I think that is your clue, that the disc, the tablet, the whatever, this is just as it was 50 years ago.
So I don't think we can repeat the process of whatever we did. It doesn't seem like we can just give it another try. It seems like we have to do something else. This door has already been left open. Whatever the next one is the one we need to close, maybe.
So you're saying that the door or whatever was cracked didn't happen here? We were able to plug this and something else open somewhere else?
Sorry, we above table, we've had the open conversation that Honey left the door
Yes.
open. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Clearly, the important thing, more important than putting this thing back where it belonged, was whatever deal you made with it, Honey. That clearly superseded the, action of putting this thing back. And we can't undo that. So, I'm not sure what the next step is, but it...
Well, we had that whole talk about the hotel, right? I mean, that's definitely
Yeah.
gotta be another place we go. People going missing.
Yeah.
I want to say, for the meddling move on a 12+, you may learn something about the dark conspiracy in Brindlewood Bay, which is, for us, whatever this eldritch being is. And I think this is, at this moment, you kind of realize that basically what Honey did was she put her foot in the door right before it's supposed to close, and then let something in, and then the door closed.
Oh.
So the door is closed, but something got through.
Oh.
So we either gotta stamp it out on this side, or open it back and kick it back in.
Yeah.
Which both have their own risks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger fan of option A, personally.
I agree.
I don't know. I mean, how do we kill something like this? I mean, that if we're going to be blunt about it, that's really what we're doing. We either kill this thing or we push it back through. But we don't even know if it can die.
No. I do know we never used that shotgun 50 years ago. We have no idea how it reacts to physical bullets or weapons or anything, but...
If it has any type of physical form to shoot it with, it could just be a energy signature.
Yeah, it's only ever appeared to us in visions and ideas and psychically.
I've touched it. Been touched by it? I don't know. I don't like the passive voice on that one, but it can be in physical space.
What exactly was the circumstances in which one of you touched the other?
We were talking a few minutes ago in that weird little middle space, and it kissed me, which I didn't like.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
So just say, like, above table, what your different paths are. There's the hotel that you just have, know that, like, the hotel kind of, like, started this big tourism and, like, a bunch of changes in Brindlewood Bay that might not necessarily be the most altruistic. You talked with the mayor slightly, and, like, he, at the very least, may be a resource who, knows about the town, knows about the goings-on. There's also still the library. Obviously, Vic no longer works there because he is mostly deceased, but there should be a new librarian there. Those are probably your three biggest paths moving forward.
Is it wise for us to part ways and reconvene, or do we need to stick together at all costs? I understand the benefits and risks of both.
If the Huss and that conversation that happened with Honey is anything to go off of, we probably would benefit splitting up, but two, like, half and half. To one place, to the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over the table question for Sid. Do you think do you think the subsequent things that happened after you were helping Honey were, like, your reaction were noticeable if somebody was, like, keeping an eye on you? Okay, then I think when Moore says that, he takes, like, a very deliberate and obvious step towards Elle in regards to
and also say, Elle, you probably have at least in passing, met the like owner slash manager of the hotel, just because he's been here for the last 20-something years. You know that you don't like him.
I was gonna
If it
assume so, but thank
helps-
you so much.
If it helps at all, I'm currently staying at the hotel.
I think that's actually a great start. Guy's a bit of a dick, but yeah, I think having a guest would appeal to his ego, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Great.
And, Jojo, do you want to come with me?
I'll go wherever I'm going to be most helpful. So, if that's where that is.
Let me rephrase that. I want you to come with me.
Okay.
So Honey and Jojo are going to the Blackwood Hotel. Where's Elle and Moore going to head off to?
Well, we have choice. You want to talk to the mayor, or you want to get reading on some books, see if we can set up a timeline on this?
Let's start with the books, and then if we have to, we can go talk to the mayor.
Yeah. We can do books first. I'm gonna turn to Jojo and Honey before they leave, because it's kind of like looking at the two people she's the most worried about heading off by themselves together. I said this 50 years ago, it still counts now. This thing will prey on every single thing it knows about us to try to get us to give in or to give up. Please just come back in one piece.
We will.
We will.
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
And you guys go your separate ways. The hotel is towards the south of town, while the library is towards the east. I'll leave it up to you guys. Who wants to take it first? All right. Moore, do you say anything to Elle as you're on your way?
Yeah, the second we're no longer, like, we decidedly, like, split up in our different directions, I think more, who wasn't, like, super far away from you, but was, like, arm's reach, kind of comes a little bit closer to you, so, like, if we weren't careful, like, our arms would brush up, and it's just quietly, hey, you okay? It was, keep an eye on you down there, and it looked like maybe things got a little intense.
Having everyone back together again, I thought would be a relief, but more than when May was born, I feel like I have so much to lose right now, and it's a lot. It's just a lot. More. I don't know.
And I think at that, he kind of throws, like, an arm around your shoulder and kind of pulls you in a little tight. Oh.
Sorry, this shoulder's really bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, from... Is that the same shoulder that, like, the wing got fucked up?
You
just kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
You knew.
And then he... I'm sorry, but then I'll just lean in and give you a kiss on the cheek instead.
Thanks.
I'm here if you need me.
I know, big feelings, you know?
I think it kind of hits you in this moment that out of the four of you, you two are the only ones who really kept in touch over the last 50 years. Jojo was in the miasma, Honey was in the mist, on the run, and it was just you two kind of were the only ones who had each other.
You think that at the end of all of this that they'll really stay? Both of them this time?
don't know. I feel like JoJo probably will. I feel like, and I don't feel like that would be out of missing us versus just
Stuck?
yeah. And honey, I think she missed us. I think she missed you. I don't know if that means she'll stay.
I don't know. I just wish I had seen it. Anything. Just... We had this talk a really long time ago when we were walking back after the disc, and... You know, she had asked me why I'd been here, and I asked her, and she was so brief and quick about it, I didn't even stop to think. I was so caught up in the fun and the new and mystery and what we could do. I don't know, I've just been thinking ever since that night, if I had just said something else, or if I had known. But that's me being a bit foolish, right?
There's things we all wish we could have changed back then. I wish I'd never said yes to JoJo. Given Moore his body back. Waited till you guys needed me again.
I've needed you this whole time, more. I mean it. Plus, I'm really gonna need you to look through these books, because I have an eye that's definitely filled, like, I was told that it's a cataract, but I really hate what they got now with the whole laser thing.
Well, how about tomorrow I could try a little magic, see if it fixes it.
No, I don't really want you messing with it.
Hey, I've gotten really good at it over the years.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Josephine used to have all sorts of aches and pains.
And you
then
also
it
told me,
just
what was that one time with Josephine where you were going to help a crick in her back and then she ended up hunched over for like that week?
Hey, that wasn't magic. That was me testing out a thing that I saw online and took some classes online for. That was just JoJo's hands. That wasn't magic.
In my mind, you were trying to do Reiki.
Yeah, we can canonize that. Okay, when I used my magic, those aches went away. No more bad knee.
You calling it magic these days?
Oh, it's something. I don't know what else to call it.
All right, Bicycle, let's go to the library.
Hey, I haven't been a bicycle in a while, but that's not true. Your boy, it was a lot less until I had JoJo. It felt weird.
Probably.
You guys make it to the library. The library has been updated a lot since the last 50 years. I think some of it, Elle, you did witness, of, you know, kind of getting a bit of a more modern like exterior. They expanded it a little bit. There's some, they have like fancy sliding glass doors in the front. That has, like, you know, like in the grocery store when the AC kicks on when you walk through, they have that going on. And I think, yeah, you walk in, there's a handful of people milling about. A majority of them are people from the Elder Care Center next door. Well, there are some other, like, younger people, some who, like, appear to be tourists who are here at the library. And you see at the circulation desk right at the front a young person who, with a little placard says head librarian in front of them. A young person is sitting there, like, on their laptop. You see it's this dark skin-toned, like, Southeast Asian looking masculine person who has, like, those, like, tiny, like, circular glasses. His hair's cropped a little bit short and has stubble going on. He's wearing, like, a loose-fitting, like, white button-down shirt. but has like a like knitted shawl around their shoulders, because it is freezing in here. Like the AC is cranked up, and you see as you approach, they look up, smile, and begin to stand up, fully knock over their like water bottle onto the floor, spilling. Oh, sorry, hold on one sec. Shh, that's to myself. Sorry. They pick it up, and I have like paper towels. I'm like, one sec, hold on. They pop back up and say, "Hi."
Hi. Your name, sweetie. I don't think I've met you.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I'm Ahmad, the head librarian here.
Odd.
And you can see, looking at them, they can be no older than like 26. Like they are very young.
Hey, hon. So my friend and I, we were looking into some history books, maybe. We're thinking some stuff that's going about events, and so for last 50 years, any major construction, figures that have come in, stuff about the mayor, kind of just, we used to live here 50 years ago, and we're doing our little catch-up,
Oh, this history here. History from
Yes,
the beach.
please, if you could.
Oh, yeah, totally. I think more at this moment, you look at their laptop, and you can see they have a bunch of stickers on the back of it. You see they have like the Pakistani flag. They have like a Free Palestine sticker. And you see they have a sticker that is the cover of the Circle. And they go and they close their laptop and they say, we have a section on local, a lot of it's like, they've made it so it's a lot of like touristy stuff, but we have some like actual like history books in there.
Would you have anything, obviously not, this wouldn't pertain to here, but like an occult section?
Yeah, totally, yeah, we have some stuff in there. What specifically did you need? Occulty. We have some books on tarot.
More along the lines of what you would think. Let's say an author would research if they were writing something similar to The Circle. Also,
like eldritch.
Did you hear the authors in town?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Jay Oskowitz is here.
Yeah, he's
in town.
Yeah, he's a friend. We go way back.
They fully put both hands on the desk and like are like, Jay Oskowitz.
We spent a whole summer together, and then the two of us traveled. Not the two of us. Visited at the time. Yes, we've been friends for a while.
I mean, he's the whole reason I did my, I did a whole thesis on eldritch horror, and on kind of all things eldritch nature of that sort. Of it Miskatonic, right before I came down here. So I love that stuff. So if that's what you're looking for, I could definitely, yeah.
And if there's somewhere we could read your paper, I'm sure he'd love to. He loves the academic side of things in this regard.
Oh, yeah, totally. I could probably like email it to you, or something if you want. We actually just never mind. I'll get you. Where do you want to go? Do you want to get the history stuff first or the occulty stuff?
Sounds like you're such an occult buff. I think it would be a shame if we don't start there. I mean, we were actually sent on a bit of a mission from him to find some cool inspiration of all the stuff that's happened over the past 50 or so years here. So if, a good blend into the both, but maybe start with what you know best for the occult.
Oh, okay. I mean, I technically am not supposed to tell you about this because I technically am not supposed to have this. But I do have a journal from one of the founders of this town that has a lot of like occulty stuff in it.
Oh,
Perfect. I think
Yeah.
the author would love that, and would love to personally thank you after all of this if you could share it with us.
Yeah, sure. And I think Elle, you remember because you have all the journals.
Yeah.
From oh my god, I'm blanking on his name.
Indy?
From Indy, yes. From Fix, great, whatever pa. And there was always there was a gap. There was like a year and a half to 2 year gap in the journals that you always thought maybe was just like he just wasn't keeping a journal then. But like you think you kind of click in your mind, this might be that gap.
Yeah.
And he says, and they had it up at Miskatonic, because he did some stuff up there, and they, he left it to them, and I have it on loan, from them for I'm doing a doctoral research, while I'm working here, so.
That's wonderful if you could share it with us, if it makes you feel any better about doing it. I have one of his original copies from when I was living here 50 years ago.
You have the rest of his journals?
Not the rest, just one of the copies.
Oh,
I
okay.
couldn't come across a stash like that ever. And she'll pull out the first one that she's been using the most and just kind of show the side and the front.
And he's like, his eyes are like full, like saucers, like scanning this whole thing. Like you just put a T-bone steak in front of a starving dog. Like you're like, he is over the moon.
And I put it right back in my
Any more metaphors I can put in here, guys? You think I can? I mean, if you're down we could do a little tradesies. Or we could, I mean, if we can, also, if you want to, like, talk about it, we can do, like, a book club sort of thing. I'd love to...
We're on a bit of a schedule right now, so if you could just show us that book, and then we'll come back when we have a bit more time, with the author, of course, and we'll do a whole sit-down where we can go through the books together. But right now, I unfortunately just need to look through the one, if that's okay.
Okay.
You know how he hasn't written anything in, like, the past 5 years. He's contemplating a new since, so gotta strike while the iron is hot, like as you'd say.
I think this is going to be a meddling move from Elle.
Yeah.
And I'd like you to roll
hope.
presence. I'll say you can give Elle a +1.
All right, homie, you
I
got
should have
this.
shut the fuck up. I have a -1 to presence.
Hey, now you have a 0 to presence.
Yeah.
So they gave you a +1.
And I just roll 1 dice for this, or
2 dice, 2d6.
okay. Not that evil pink dice. She shan't be touched again.
Why is she anywhere near you? Actually.
She keeps me company.
Oh my god.
Wow, this is a toxic relationship, actually.
Actually.
You know what? I'll roll her. No, I won't. Thank God I did not. That is a 6 and a 4 for a 10 flat.
Perfect. Cool. So yeah, he says, okay, I mean, you guys seem like trustworthy folks. Let me, I have it in my office here. And he heads back to the back office. Do you guys do anything do you follow him, or do you stay up here, or do you do anything else while...
Follow, bro.
So yeah, you head to the back, and he opens the office door, and then he notices you guys are behind him, and he kind of is like, oh, let me just...
Sorry, honey. It's habit. I'm so sorry. I knew the
No,
previous
you're-
owner. It's so habit. Let me just turn. I'm sorry.
Oh, you knew Vic?
Yeah, Vic and I used to... I live with, his husband. And I'll turn to Moore and put a hand under Moore's face.
And it'll like raise up that. I'm assuming Moore was wearing a wedding ring,
Yes.
and Slore hasn't taken it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I never met Vic, personally, but knew about him just from, when I took over this position. I know it's been a few years, but I'm so sorry for your loss. but he's, from what I've heard, he was a great guy.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
He was.
Always know to come to a library first because of him.
But my office is a bit of a mess right now, so I'm gonna just.
You're all
slip in.
good. Nope. At the wall.
Yeah.
Looking. Very good, son.
Dan, I do want to say, I think as this little conversation about Vic was happening, while actual Morris is deep in the trenches, there just was like this pang of sadness and just remembrance of all that from him that kind of just settles over Slore in like a kind of way.
It kind of sits in your stomach a little bit, just a little like you swallowed something heavy. You hear the sound of something falling over, like a bunch of papers falling over in there. Getting the sense that this guy is just kind of a bit of a klutz. But after a couple minutes, he comes out with it looks like the journal you have. But in like a plastic sleeve situation. It's like, different preservation. You have to take super great care of this.
I totally understand. I take care of the one that I have with my life. I get it.
Yeah. But, I'll be here all day. So if you want to come back tomorrow, I'll be here tomorrow too. I'm kind of here every day.
We'll probably come here tomorrow, but yeah, don't worry.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you can see he has like a huge smile on his face of just more. You are basically this kid's hero. Like you are his his favorite author and like the reason for him getting into literature. And like that kind of sits with you for a second of like, that is you, but you are not who they are thinking of. When they imagine their favorite author, they don't see you. They see JoJo. And you guys, you have this new journal. Ahmad says, I can show you some the history stuff too, if you still need that.
We're just gonna start with this, I think. What do you think, More?
I think that's a good. I think when we come back, either tomorrow or we'll be back in the next couple of days.
Yeah, we're just gonna crack
We'll
this
come
one
back
open.
with more things. Yeah. It seems like this might actually do the trick, and we'll let JoJo decide. But extra material probably won't hurt.
Sure. Yeah. And yeah, you guys head on out. JoJo and Honey, do you, as you're heading to the hotel, do you discuss anything, talk about anything in specifics, or are you just kind of queening out together?
Other than queening out together, which according to the poll, everybody wants to do with JoJo, which is a very timely joke. It's relevant today only. Honey's gonna run a hand over her face and just quietly go, I got so old.
What do you mean?
It's one thing to see yourself in old pictures, but to see yourself living and breathing with the face you wore 50 years ago. I gave myself a lot of grief.
Yeah, all of my memories are. It's like it was just the other day for me. So I guess in that regard, I get what you mean, but I don't know. I still see everybody and exactly as they were when I look at them, but not. It's almost like it's superimposed on just beneath how everybody looks now. But it's really vivid to me. But you look great. Also, just to be clear, like age doesn't You look great.
Well, black don't crack, or whatever they say. Just wrinkles a little.
I've wrinkled quite a lot. Quite a lot.
Damn, you must feel like Benjamin Button.
It's very strange. Especially, like, coming out of the, being with more that whole time. I can feel, you know how, like, your brain settles into a spot when you get older, I guess. It felt like I kind of just got kick-started back into almost a smarter version of myself, and it made it so clear how bad I fucked up the second that I came to. And I don't know, it's strange to get it and at the same time feel so dumb and kind of behind on living, if that makes sense.
Well, we've got all the time in the world. You can learn all the things you need. Still time to make mistakes and speed run the last... My grandson taught me that word. I don't really know what it means. Running fast.
Yeah, also, I'm going to be honest, I am just ignoring this whole internet thing. That there is too much going on. I'm sickened by these computers in everybody's hands. I'm just not even going to touch it.
You say that. My grandson has sent me some of these delightful short videos.
Oh, would you show them to me one by one as we walk together for the next hour?
Absolutely, I would. So Honey's gonna pull out her, like, I don't think she even... It's like basically the size of a mini iPad, her phone. She's gonna pull it out and go through her texts with her grandson. And one by one, she doesn't have the TikTok app, mind you. This is like popping them up in a web browser. And one by one is going to show JoJo these videos of, like, Gen Alpha children doing dances.
And the text on your, like, in your text messages takes up the majority of the screen. It's
Yes. One text is half the screen.
Yeah.
I like how big your font is. Yeah, it's really easy to read. As we do that, I do think it kind of, like, lulls back. Like, JoJo learns what 6'7" is. It
Someone
does kind
has
of
to show JoJo Reddit.
yes.
No. At all costs, no. Keep this man away from Reddit.
It does kind of lull back into. I think JoJo hands you back your phone and just says, "I still think that's probably not for me, but thanks for the gentle look into whatever is happening in society with people who were our age." Or who we were yesterday, 50 years ago. Anyway.
It's probably a good thing we couldn't have been online when we were that age. I shudder to think.
Oh, God. When you showed me that Tumblr, I would have been a monster. I'm an absolute monster on Tumblr. But I think I need to kind of live. Well, I need to live. I think I owe that to Moore, and I need to talk to Moore, and I didn't think that Moore would want to be with me in the split up, but I'm trying to ride the line of giving them a moment to allow me one, which is totally fair and in their court, but also, I don't have a lot of time.
As your friend, can I ask you an exceptionally nosy question that I have been wondering for the better part of 50 years?
Yeah.
When you say be with more, you mean like be around each other, or you mean like...
Oh, I don't think I've ever had, like, you know, it's platonic. That's it's what it feels like to me, but it's very strange. I feel very, I'm not a super outgoing person in that regard, but it's weird because I kind of have this like romanticism about each of you that I think is, you know, is rooted in a platonic relationship. But I don't know, you guys all kind of just make me feel whole in different ways, and I think I need to say this to more, but I think the reason that I was so okay disappearing into them was because of how safe they are. And I don't think it was emptiness that I floated in for the past 50 years. I think it was his comfort. And it's only now being on the other side of that I see that I hurt them very bad. So I gotta make that right. But yeah, no, it's, at least for me, I'm bad with that stuff. So I've never thought about it, you know, any further beyond that.
All right, well, our secondary goal for this summer is going to be to find you the pepper shaker to your salt shaker or whatever, because if you'll pardon my French, you have gone unlaid for 50 years, and that, my dear friend, is a crime. We've got to do something about that.
I'm absolutely sure that can't be true. I hope that more...
Well, you weren't there for it.
No, but it would have been strange if I were. I don't know. Like, I don't really care. It was Moore's body at that. I let, you know, I'm not keeping score. But sure, if that, it sounds like I guess that's on the horizons then. I guess that's got to be part of the living that I got to do. So thanks. And I think we need to kind of resolve this whole thing with you and Elle. That has always been blatantly obvious to most of us except Elle. Well, I guess obvious now. You guys have had so much more time. To me, it's just like you two hooking up was yesterday.
I mean, that, awful as it sounds, that was the last time I talked to her before yesterday evening.
It's pretty awful. Pretty awful. Not gonna. I mean, again, we can speak honestly. We're both fuck ups. We've hurt our best friends badly.
Yeah.
But if there's any kind of silver lining of anything, is that I'm waking up in a world where I'm back here with you all, and I know a little more than I did the last time I was awake. And if you leaving the door open for that thing meant that you left a door open for all of us too, then I'm going to be grateful for that, even with the limited time left.
And I don't think Honey has anything to say to that, but I think she'll tuck her hand in the crook of your elbow as you guys walk.
I would like both of you, first of all, to unmark uneasy from your conditions.
Yay!
Nice.
As you are comforted by your friend.
I am eased.
Brother, you make me feel easy as hell.
And you make it to the Blackwood Hotel and Resort. It's not a huge building. It's the biggest building on the boardwalk, at least the tallest one. But it's still only maybe 5 floors. And you can see there's like a rooftop bar on the top that appears to be like a tiki bar, which like you're not really in tropical waters, but that's fine. It's has like a kind of orangey stucco exterior with similar to the old bungalow, the like fake bamboo shutters and like thatch awnings and stuff like that. And yeah, you can see in like bold letters above the entrance, Blackwood Hotel and Resort. And yeah, you head on in to the lobby, which is it's getting to be the weekend, so there are people who are milling about, checking in, and maybe some people checking out who were here for like a long time. But there's also like you can see there's to one side of the lobby there's like a hallway down to there's a whole spa area with like there's a massage parlor, there's like a mud room, a steam room, and then like to the other side there's like a goes to like a little like restaurant that seems really fancy. This is a hotel that like they're gonna ask you for like oh, do you want to add this on to your stay? Do you want to add this on? Do you want to like? They have so many things. A single like mini soda can from the little in-room bar is like $14. Extravagant. But you get up to the reception desk, and you can see behind it is a sharply dressed man in a very like cleanly ironed jacket and button-down shirt with a little like skinny tie. His hair is slicked back. His posture is like very like almost uncannily good, like almost like mannequin like, standing up so straight. You can see a like gold wristwatch glinting under his jacket. And he's like writing little notes in a guest book. As you approach, he like just holds up his other finger and says, "Just a moment, please." Just hear like the scratching of the pen. Sighs deeply and closes it and looks up and says, "Hi, how can I help you fine folks today?"
Hello, I'm a guest in your establishment. My name's Luann. It's so nice to meet you. This is my friend, Jay. And we are covering the Blackwell for AARP magazine.
Oh.
For
Fascinating.
accessible accommodations.
That's so kind of you. We do definitely we take a lot of pride in our accessibility. No one told me that there were reporters staying here, but that's fine. I will have a talk with my assistant managers later. And he steps around the reception desk and holds out his hand to you. I'm Clive, the owner and manager here.
So nice to meet you. We wondered if we could steal a few moments of your time so we could talk to you, get to know the face behind the hotel facade, as it were.
Sure, yes. One moment. And you see he kind of looks around for a moment, and you say, Jessica, come over here. And you see a young woman was like kind of standing over by the side, kind of observing the lobby, perks up, rushes over, and Clive says, "Jessica, man the desk for just a moment. I'm going to be talking to these lovely folks about our fine hotel." And she just kind of nods, and steps around and says, my office is back here. We can do it back there if you'd like some privacy."
Perfect.
And you head back behind the reception desk. And like there's behind it there's like a little break area, and then in there back there's an office that he opens up. You go into. Yeah.
As he's taking us back to their office, is he kind of like pointing out things in the like doing the like in the immediate moment, like small little tour guide type things?
I don't think in the immediate moment, because you don't walk back through the lobby to get to his office.
Okay.
But you get the idea that like if you were to walk through the lobby, like he probably will point that out later. Like he'll probably say, give you guys a tour or something.
Okay. I'm gonna hold off for now.
Okay. And yeah, he welcomes you into his office. A very clean, put together room, as put together as Clive himself is. Large, like dark wood desk, several like filing cabinets, as well as some like shelves with tchotchkes. You see there's like a shadow box with a golf ball that has a plaque that says hole in one, with a date on it. He has a large window. You can see that like overlooks like out to the beach, and you can tell that it's like tinted so that people can't see in. And you can see people out there enjoying the sunshine. There are two like plush chairs in front of his desk, and he gestures to them and says, "Please take a seat." And he sits in his desk behind the thing and says, what would you like to know?
Well, we have been visitors to Brindlewood, I guess y'all are calling it now, for a long time. And I guess I wanted to know what made you want to build such a, luxurious, to put a word to it, resort here. We've always had our little, sand in the sheets motels, but this is kind of above the local pay grade.
I visited back when it was called Roseville several years ago and saw its potential. To draw people in, to welcome people. It felt like a place that welcomed, that drew in a lot of just a lot of folks from different backgrounds, from different places. And I felt welcomed here. So I wanted to put down my own roots and build this hotel here to welcome others.
And how has your project been received? Are the locals a big fan of bringing in the tourism dollars, or I guess have the people made you feel as welcome as the place has?
Yes, I feel very welcomed. I have always had a good relationship with the mayor, even the new one, who he just got elected a few years ago. We worked together on projects that would better the town for everyone, not just the tourists, but for everyone, the people who live here also. And when bringing in the tourists obviously helps the people who live here because they, get their shops and their restaurants get more money, the more people come. And I've never seen any sort of opposition to the advancements that I've brought here to Brindlewood.
So obviously further expansion is in the future for the hotel. Are there any, they don't have to be things that are in the works or anything that you aren't ready to reveal yet, but are there maybe more grandiose ideas and dreams that you have of things that you want to do with the hotel, or projects that you're beginning to start to visualize in a more tangible way?
He looks up for a second, contemplating, and says, "Well, I suppose I can give you folks the exclusive. This is something that really has just crossed my desk within the last year or so, but we are planning on building a bridge to the mainland from here, because the ferry is inconvenient for some people. Everyone has cars nowadays, so building that bridge, giving more accessibility, like you were saying."
Well, Brindlewood and Roseville have always been car-free island. I think some people would say that's part of its charm. What is your, I guess, outlook on how that proposal might go over?
He says there's probably going to be some opposition from the folks who've been here a long time and who are used to it, but the world changes, and I think if you don't change along with it, then you're just going to get left behind.
I can understand the need to keep up with a world that seems to have left you behind in any opportunity that it can, so I can see how that would be a great benefit to some of the people here. Is there obviously that's quite a big undertaking, having, you know, the mayor's assistance and support in that regard is very important. Are there any other entities or forces at play that would benefit or are involving themselves in such a grand undertaking such as this?
If you're asking about investors, you know, that sort of thing, that's something we're working on. We're getting some, investors from the mainland who would also benefit from this mutual exchange from building this bridge. But it's the real people who I think will benefit are the people of Brindlewood Bay. And so it's all four, right?
Yeah. Have you had any hiccups in the development of this project? And I know that this is I want to be clear that I'm approaching this question with some discretion in mind. Obviously, we want to see the success of this community as much as anybody else. I'm more just curious if you've had any hiccups in support for this project with the disappearances that have been happening nearby and within proximity.
You see for just a moment his face fall when you mentioned the disappearances. And I think, Jojo, I want you to make... this is going to be a meddling move for you as well, and I think it's going to also be a presence roll.
Okay. Shit. Fuck.
Can I help out?
Yeah, you can, I think, give him a +1.
Thank God it's a 0. It's a 0 now.
Oh, now it's a 0.
Okay, I think it was really smart to send the two presence people in two different directions.
Fucking
And then make
6.
the non-presence people do all the rolling.
I got a fucking 6.
Okay. Are you going to keep that roll, or are you going to put on a crown?
Oh, yes. So I can choose any one of these on the sheet we're calling them. Or, sorry, can you remind me the crown thing?
Yeah, so basically, anytime you fail a roll, you will... you can put on what we're calling the Crown of the Queer, which you can choose any of those. I believe there's 7 options, and we'll run through that like kind of flashback scene, and that will bump your roll. I believe it bumps it up 1 level, so like a failure to a mixed success.
Yeah. Let's I'm gonna put on the crown of a flashback showing how you were an imperfect, in my case, brother or son. And I think for Jojo in this manner, I think it is it's this strange flashback, I think, to the moment that he insisted to Moore that it was what he wanted to combine and vanish into Moore. And I think as much as it's a very simple memory, I think in hindsight, Jojo recognizes now this invisible tug of what he knew to be a bad decision in the moment, that he didn't recognize. Or even worse, that he's unsure if he even would have allowed to be recognized. And sees that moment in his mind of him being a bad brother to his friend and to the rest of the people around him and his family. And I think begins to rephrase and be more tactful about bringing up this, these disappearances in a manner that might be a bit more palatable, in the hopes of this time actually being helpful to the people around him and getting more out of this conversation than he would have before.
If you didn't put on the crown, if you kept your failure, what would have happened is Clive would have stood up, slammed his hands on the desk, and say, "Now that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me or this hotel. And I think it is now time that you both leave. I think it's time you leave my office and leave this hotel. And probably for the best if you leave this town as soon as possible." But that doesn't happen, because you put on your crown. And he says, "Oh, yes, those disappearances, as they're being called, are so... It's unfortunate that some people are having a bit too much fun, you know, as they say, getting a little lost in the sauce," I once heard a child say. Possibly...
That's a crazy thing to latch on to in passing, also. Lost in the sauce, alright.
But that has nothing to do with, you know, the hotel itself, where we've not been found at fault for anything. And we're not at fault for anything. So no, that has not caused any sort of ill will towards us, or towards this project. The project's private at the moment anyway, so... But that, again, the bridge itself also doesn't really have anything to do with the hotel.
Of course, and I wouldn't want to suggest that there was any sort of... Obviously, there's no sort of liability. I just wasn't sure if the unfortunate nature of drunkards was negatively impacting the clear benefit that you are going to bring to this quiet little community.
And I think we've got about all we need, but one last question. If we wanted to follow up with the folks doing the construction on this bridge project, even though it's in early talks, of course, we won't mention your name, who might we talk to?
I mean, that would be the mayor. He's the one who's really heading up that actual construction of it. I'm getting the people, but he's doing the that part. And also, Jojo, with that, you did just get a mixed success on that meddling by marking your crown. So there was a complication with you getting that information.
Okay.
That complication is now Clive is looking at you with suspicion, and with a little bit of guardedness. And it may be harder to get more information out of him in the future.
Mm-hmm. Well, we appreciate you giving us the time. I think it's important, especially in such a special place as this, where we can find people and things to give us freedom in a manner that you can't find anywhere else. That we leave the door open for as many opportunities as we can. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
Of course.
I give him like a long look, like a long old man look, like I'm trying to communicate something without saying it, and I guess we go.
It's like the kind of look you give the teenagers at the gas station before they're about to drive off to the cabin in the woods.
Yes, that one.
He says, and please do let me know when this is published in AARP magazine.
Of course, we'll have a glowing review for you.
And he walks you out of his office. He as you get back to the reception desk, he says, Jessica, take your break. And you all leave. Did you guys...
I've always said that.
Yeah. Did you guys agree on a spot to meet up after...
I think I was assuming we'd go back to the bungalow.
Yeah, the bungalow.
Yeah, we also have phones now, so worst case scenario.
Yeah.
A phone Jojo doesn't know how to work.
No, I'm not the one sending
Jojo
textual
doesn't even know
messages.
his own phone passcode.
Oh, that's right. Jojo doesn't know shit.
Doesn't matter. Jojo has
That's
fucking
somebody.
Face ID, and he's playing Temple Run. he's watching videos where one half is fucking Subway Surfers and the other half is anything
You're
else.
ruining Moore's algorithm. He has created for himself. You are ruining that right now.
Do you all go right back to the bungalow, or does anyone make any pit stops?
What time is it?
I'd say by this point, it's probably around like 3 p.m.
Okay.
3 p.m., yeah. So for old people, that's dinner time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 2 ice cream cones. Moore buys some ice cream for himself and Al.
Elle is
I
currently
think-
red stringing next to Moore in her notebook and is just going to start drawing lines to things in herself. Sorry, Jamie.
Oh, you're fine. I was just going to say that I think sometime in the intervening 50 years, Honey has learned how to cook.
Character development.
She's not going to be going on Master Chef anytime soon, but she can, make pasta without burning it. So she is gonna, with Jojo in tow, swing by the little, general store, grocery store, and pick up stuff so she can make dinner for everyone.
I will say that the ice cream shop that you remember being here, there was a little mom and pop shop, is no longer there. There's a Carvel that you can get little soft serve at, but there's no longer a local coffee shop there.
No, sorry, doesn't go to that. Actually, sees it. It's like absolutely not. And then, no.
And Jojo, I will say, as you have walked through town, the one thing I think you notice is that the camera shop is still open, and apparently, seemingly under the same name and same management.
That does remind me, as we're making our way out, I did want to be taking pictures and just see if there's any more evidence of, fucking weird shit that I catch through the camera in the hotel, around it. On the way out, I'm taking a fuckload of pictures. Also.
I will remind you that your lens is cracked. You can still take pictures, but that will mess them up a little bit.
Okay.
And I think that does freak you out specifically.
Yeah.
Because in the time, when, in your 20s, when you had this camera, you could bang this around, you could drop it from 50 feet and it would not be damaged.
Yeah. I guess I swing into the camera shop. I know that this is probably futile in the context of why it is cracked, and that I know that it's magic. But I guess I go in to see if there is a different lens that I can get.
Yeah, you go in, you see behind the counter is a young woman, probably in her, like, early 20s. Actually, no. She'd probably be in her 30s. I'd say she's like, in her 30s. Who looks up and smiles at you, and you just see in her face, you see Tommy in her face, and you can tell that this is, her daughter, her granddaughter, maybe, and she looks up to you and says, "Oh, hi, welcome in."
Hi, are you Tommy's kid? Or family? Sorry, you look like somebody who used to work here who I knew.
Yeah, Tommy was my mom. I'm Trish.
Jojo. Nice to meet you.
You knew my mamas?
Yeah, they were very they made this quiet little store a nice safe space for me to engage in the hobby, so I'm glad to see you keeping the torch burning. Means a lot.
Wait, you said your name's Jojo?
Yeah.
And she says, "Hold on." And she like ducks down below the counter, rifles through some stuff, pulls out what looks like a photo album, and flips through it, and turns around. There's a picture of you in front of the store with Tommy and her wife, whose name I'm blanking on at the moment, and I'm so sorry.
Lola? Was it Lola?
Lola, yes. Tommy
Yes.
and Lola. And it's a picture of you. You can tell from the summer that you were here 50 years ago that you do not remember taking this picture, and you think this picture was taken after Moore took you over.
Oh, yeah. I think that's me.
And yeah, you can see like written underneath it says JoJo's last time at the shop, August 1976.
Yeah, it was, I'm sure it was a sad day. But I'm glad to be back. Yeah.
Sorry, what? Didn't mean to bring up old memories for you, sir. What can I do anything for you?
It's okay. I was, honestly, I'm kind of hoping you might be able to work a little magic for me and help me get this lens fixed.
Sure, yeah. Can I take a look?
Yeah, yeah, if I need a replacement, but it's kind of a special model, so I don't know if I need to get it fixed or replaced or what needs to be done.
You see, yeah, she takes a look at it and says, "Oh, that's a nasty crack."
Yeah.
She like looks through the viewfinder of it. May I? Gesturing to kind of like unscrewing it. She takes it apart and is looking at it and said, "This is a classic model."
Yeah. Real old.
Other than the crack, great condition. You must have taken great care of this. Most of these sit in an attic, 50-something years and get dust all over them. But this is good.
I can't take credit for that. I've only just gotten reacquainted with it, but it was in good hands.
She like holds it up, holds like the lens up to the light, and is like looking through it. And you see there's a little glint in her eye, and she says, "This is a special camera. I think I might need to, like you said, work a little extra magic on it, but I think it's going to take me some time."
Got
You
it.
can come back for it tomorrow?
Yes. I think we're speaking the same language. Is there anything I can assist with in helping you work said magic? Or do you need any more information from me? Or...
I mean, I don't really need it, but I'd love to know where'd you get this bad boy?
I stole it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I stole it from this kind of mentor figure that I had. I took it and kind of used it as a, way to view the world. And it was worth taking, if I'm being honest.
I mean, hey. No, I'm not going to make a joke about me stealing this camera, because then you probably won't leave it with me for me to fix it, and I really want to fix it, because that'd be really cool if I did.
If
But
we
I'm
can
not
fix
gonna
it
steal I promise.
together, I mean, hey, I'm not going to be around much longer, so I don't know if there's necessarily a better place for it to end up, than the place that helped develop basically all of the film. So that's something we can talk about if you promise not to steal it, and you might just get it anyway.
Okay. Good to know. She says, but I think I can work on it tonight a little bit. Got some stuff cooking anyways that I think can help. Do you want me to go and develop some of the pictures on here too?
Actually, just what do you mean by that? What do you know?
It's literal magic. I mean,
Yeah,
this is
cool. Got
yeah.
it. We're on the same page in that regard. How do you do that?
It's very similar the way you develop a picture, a photograph. We have a special. There's a kind of a technique that's passed down through the family that is a special way to develop photographs that can also.
Okay.
Help. Yeah.
Did your parents know that I did they know that I did that also?
I mean, if they did, they didn't tell me. They probably did. Lesbians are very intuitive. Mm-hmm. I'm only bisexual, so I'm not that intuitive.
I'm also bisexual and deeply unintuitive. And amen to that, sister. Okay. Well, I wish I would have known that they were magic back then. I would have not been so in and out every time I came in here. Well, I trust you, and if you need anything, otherwise I'll come back and get it soon.
Yeah, do you have a number? I can give you a call when it's ready.
No, I don't. I live in this shack that's on the beach that's very nice, and I'll be walking up from that shack to get it. Whenever you say that it will be ready, I will be here.
Okay, let's say how about this time tomorrow?
Sounds perfect. I will walk up from the shack on the beach that I live within currently. I'm staying with friends at. I have no idea how to use a telephone. I shall skip that part and walk to you.
I do. My parents did say one thing about you, that you were weird as hell, and that's their that. Yeah, I see it.
Hell yeah, and right on. Thank you.
All right, you have a good rest of your day, JoJo.
You too. Nice meeting you. JoJo shuffles out.
So yeah, you what I lost my train of thought for a second. Sorry, I was thinking about lesbians. What?
Me too.
Happens to me all the time.
All the time.
I kicked my light off also during that thing. So hold on, give me a second. No, that was the bisexuals coming after me.
As you fucking deserve. I'm canceling you for biphobia. And what is it? 5 days before Pride?
Yeah.
I should also I added ended the biphobia, so I should.
But it's your birthday soon, so it's fine.
Yeah, straight.
Doesn't matter.
No.
That was a straight man.
Yeah,
Of course, your birthday's also
straight
right
white
before
man?
Pride.
Right
Yes.
before Brian.
Yep.
This
yeah,
close
and I
to
make
Black
it all
History
about
Month?
me. Yep. Yeah.
Right in the middle of Black History and Pride.
Here's the
Listen,
look,
I'll
guys.
take the lesbian compliment. However, I am so questionably intuitive.
Look, whenever I meet y'all in person, each of you gets to beat me to death, and that's just
Oh my god!
Wow.
What's the resurrection process like?
That's
I really want to
allyship.
know.
I think it's more you just whoever gets to me first has the most fun, and then it's more you just kind of pretend.
Goes
It's,
from there.
it's like it's beating a dead horse.
It's a weekend
I
at
live-
Bernie's situation.
It's beating a dead Tanner. At
Yes.
That point. I
I'm
live
gonna start
close,
saying
it's gonna
beating a dead Tanner.
Beating a dead Tanner. Me when someone brings up the dead Tanner, and I have to bring out my bat.
Yeah. I like this.
Okay.
I like that my
you know what,
body's being
that-
used for science.
I think actually then that this is a good time to take a little break.
That does seem like a good time.
As we're getting in our sillies a little bit. No. So yeah, we return to our group, reconvening at the bungalow. Honey, I think you are hard at work in the kitchen. What are you making?
Well, apparently not fucking tofu lasagna.
No, you can make it. Make it.
I dare you to make it.
Okay, fine. Like, it has cheese and stuff, but it's like the tofu is in the meat sauce. It's still lasagna.
Okay.
Tofu is good, I promise. Y'all just don't poop.
I like tofu as a person. I don't know if Moore does.
I don't know. I do. I love tofu actually, but that's.
Neither here.
I think it's the tofu combined with lasagna. We have to move on.
It wasn't that. It was
Okay.
it was the dead silence. I'm sorry. It was the dead silence.
Constipated and bitter together, guys.
Not me. I'm
Oh,
no
boy.
different.
So yeah, how does Honey allow other people to help her cook?
Help her cook? No. Be in the kitchen at the same time? Yes.
So yeah, I think you were all you return to the bungalow. Honey, you begin cooking. What does everyone else do?
I think Elle probably shrugs off her large trench coat and she kind of has a takes off the vest and she's left with a white button down and some suspenders. And she's going to run upstairs very quickly and come right back downstairs with a yellow notepad, and she's going to start ripping off multiple pieces of paper with tape and is going to set up in the kitchen on the blankest wall she could find while Honey cooks, and is going to start writing notes and then drawing with a really big long Sharpie marker that's definitely bleeding through into the wall with things as people are talking hopefully and describing what they've mutually figured out, and is going to start poring over this notebook of Indian, seeing what she could add to the wall and share with the group.
I just want to add that as Moore sees it bleeding onto the wall, it's like, hey, don't damage my property now.
All right, you did not bleach these floors for like 30 years.
Well, it's still mine. And just like kisses her on the cheek and then goes back to like reading.
What is Jojo doing?
I think JoJo's just politely sitting. I think that ultimately JoJo is just kind of honestly above everything else, like kind of trying to vibe out where Moore is at and trying to have an internal dialogue as to whether he should ask Moore to talk or if he just needs to give more space. And is just kind of sitting there, but not in like it's not overtaking him because he doesn't want it to be. He doesn't want his outward discomfort to be like a burden to anybody. So he's just kind of trying to like monitor the situation, but otherwise I think he just kind of politely sits on the couch and just waits for the next steps in whatever conversation that may be.
I think, Elle, as you are poring over this journal, looking through, trying to find anything, I think this is going to be the day move. Because this is something risky. Or something you fear. What... I guess, two things. What is your goal looking through this notebook, and what is your fear for if it fails? For if you don't find anything.
My goal is to try to understand. Elle knows very little about this entity. She knows that saying its name is incredibly dangerous. She knows that whatever this thing... Let's see. What? I think she is trying to find any links on how this thing spreads itself based off of what Honey has told us. I don't know if Honey has shared anything further about the conversation they had with the hotel owner. But I think she is trying to basically find out how this thing moves, potentially. If this thing is powered through, like, can we cut it off from a source? And if it has any vulnerabilities, if anything. She's really big on the vulnerability piece, but really just trying to figure out what this thing is on a base level. And if there's any safe way to... okay. Vulnerabilities in one hand, and then I think on the other hand, it's like the plan A, plan B of, can we kill this thing? And if not, how do we punt it back? And I think her fear is that she's only going to find something more dangerous that will hurt her friends.
I'm going to say this is going to be a reason roll. So we're 2d6 and add a reason.
Okay. My reason is 2.
Can I help with this?
Sure. Give +1.
Yay, so +3.
Oh, that's a good set of rolls. That's a 6 and a 5 plus 3. Sorry.
That's a spicy set of rolls.
I don't know why they came out of me like that. I got really excited.
You got like possessed. That was crazy. By like my ancestors. That was nuts.
The tofu lasagna talking.
It's the tofu lasagna. It really got me. And not at all the fact that it's 9:43 on a weeknight. That's a 14.
Wow, okay.
Whew.
You do what you intended, or you hold steady, and the keeper will tell you some extra benefit or advantage you receive.
Thank you, keeper.
Yeah. So there's going to be two things. One thing I will give you, and one thing that you will give yourself. I want you to tell me what makes this thing vulnerable.
Oh. I think... Ooh, do you want me to wait until you say what you say?
No.
Okay. I think because this thing, perceivably from what Ella's understanding, feeds on people or needs people, and the disappearances are linked, the more isolated and away from crowds it is, the more vulnerable it is. I think the less it can spread itself, and the more we can get it into one solid being, the more we can hurt it.
And I think with that, this is not my extra benefit. This is just something tacking onto that. Physically isolating it is definitely important. And it being physically connected to another place is dangerous. Something extra I'm going to give you on that 14 is that this journal talks about a little bit about the other attempts at this ritual that failed. And this journal touches on why this one will succeed. That being, in the other rituals, all of the energy was being poured into and tied into the physical place itself. It was all just on the physical location. This ritual also ties in, while the physical location is important, also ties in the people involved in the sealing of the ritual. And whoever cast the seal is physically connected to the seal. And if someone breaks the seal, they are connected to whatever comes out.
And we all broke the seal.
Well, not all of you.
Oh.
Who was the one who actually lifted it? Was that Jojo?
That wasn't breaking the seal.
It was Honey.
It was Honey when she did that. I think Elle is halfway through writing this on the wall, looking down, holding it, and she gets to that point and her marker stops. And she looks over at Honey, who has her back turned to Elle. Honey.
Yeah?
We didn't really get a chance to catch up, much. At all, actually. A really, really long time ago, I asked you why you had left, and I know things are really different now, but I guess how's it been since you left?
What do you mean?
Well, you said yesterday that you were able to use your name, do things. I guess I just want to know who you are in all of this. Or who you've been.
I mean, I've been living in New Mexico. I didn't think I could stomach looking at the ocean again. I have stepkids and step-grandkids. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't always know who I am. All the things I used to think were true about myself didn't feel true anymore, and I couldn't find new words to fit in.
Yeah. I don't really know how to say this, but I'm gonna ask a bit of a dumb question. You love them, your family, right? Your grandkids, step-grandkids, all of them.
Of course I do.
Then you make them your anchor. Your strongest anchor in all of this, because I think when we hit this thing, there's a bit of a chance we might be hitting you too.
Okay, if I don't know how much you three will need for me to get this done, but
It's not about how
whatever
much,
it
honey.
is.
It's no, I don't. That's not. I want you to find something that you have to stay for. And I don't know what that is for you. I don't know what that's ever been for you, but I want you to find something that'll hold you and keep you. I don't want this thing taking anything more from us than it has to, that it has. And so if it's them, if it's something else, just please hold on to it.
dinner's ready.
Right. Jojo, more, food?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I sit down at a table and help set.
Well, I have some updates. If we can isolate whatever this thing is, it'll be weaker, more vulnerable, most likely. Indy had another journal. Speaking of, Moore knows this. He has a fan, but Jojo, you have an appointment. Y'all talk that out.
Okay.
We gotta get you to meet somebody that'll repay in a favor. But
Okay.
If we perform this again, it is the most successful if we tie a part of ourselves into it. It's the reason Vic showed up when things started going wrong again. It'll make sure this thing stays closed this time.
And what does it do to us?
I'm assuming what it does to Vic. Some piece of us stays behind as a warning. Indy is helpfully vague. Just says enough, but, not enough to scare us away from doing it. That makes sense.
Not to ask a probably unanswerable question in the midst of this. More, what would that mean for you, do you think? I worry that with your endlessness, that could be a tether of that kind for forever could be harmful to you, and I don't want to tell you not to do it because I don't know, but I guess I'm just posing the question because you have a different situation than the three of us who obviously I'm happy to do it, and if that means that one day I'm walking around like Vic long after I'm gone, okay, but I don't know what that means for you.
Dan, is there any way for me to know that?
No. I think this is brand new territory for you. Even you possessing more the first time was brand new territory for you. So I think all you've known for the last forever has just been how to exist. And everything past that has just been sprinkles.
I don't know. And I'm not backing out of doing it. If we're going to do it, we're all going to do it.
I have a few theories, but what I would like to really understand more is, I don't know if we will be able to understand. I don't know, it's at least my string board, and she'll point over to the wall. Honey, I think the same way you made a deal, there's a good chance the hotel manager probably made a deal. This place popped up and it's making money in a place that it really shouldn't be making money. This many tourists coming in, everything. If he's making some kind of exchange, people going missing, supplying people for this thing, if it needs people to work in exchange for success, I don't know how to access this thing or get to it. That's the thing I'm missing. I don't know what it is or where it is or how we can draw it out other than thinking about greedy shit in the middle of the hotel. Or pretending to be a tourist.
I know how to call it if we need it.
I will say, you do have enough clues to theorize. So for what theorize means is when you have an open, freewheeling discussion about the solution to a mystery, once they've gathered an adequate number of clues and reach a consensus, you will be able to roll plus the number of clues incorporated into your theory, minus the mystery's complexity, which I've essentially arbitrarily assigned to this. And depending on what you roll, your theory can or your solution can or cannot be correct. So if you want to go over the clues you have, and talk about what they all could lead to, I think it kind of works into with your these are the different things you have on your string board.
Well, it is clear that the mayor has some kind of relationship with this thing, just based on the desire to expand and this bridge. While it is obviously hurting the town in the physical, mortal sense, it's clearly a way out for whatever this thing is. There's too much going on with the mayor that doesn't parallel what we're doing here to act like he's not involved in some way.
Yeah. That cat really should have won.
I agree.
So we have the mayor and we have Clive. We know that there have always been imperfections and cracks, but what Honey did widened the crack. We know that the seal is closed currently, so our only options are either to open it and kick it back in, or put this shit down on our side. Are there any other clues above table? Are there any other clues that we have gotten?
That it specifically feeds on greed and desire.
Yes.
I think it's just those ones, I believe, unless I've not written something down.
And that people weren't coming back the same, correctly? Like there was something slightly off about them?
Yes. Yeah, they seem slightly, just slightly different.
Okay.
Do we think that these people are walking away having made a similar deal that Honey did? Or
Maybe? Kind of the husks keep coming back in my mind. I feel like this thing might almost be sucking the life out of them, or sucking the desire, almost. I'm trying to think of what would make somebody different, and if you have a deal like that and you... If somebody came back and you're trying to notice what's wrong with them, I mean, if these people all look like they won the lottery, that would be a totally different thing. We'd think that these people are happy, that wouldn't be noteworthy. But if they're coming
That's
back
fair.
odd, my only thought would be that there's something that's getting taken.
That's fair. I guess the point of the deal was to keep us from shutting the door, so these people who are disappearing don't necessarily have any leverage to engage in a deal with this thing. So it is more likely that they are just victim to whatever it is it's doing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What if nothing's being taken, but they're just being replaced? If it's
Oh shit.
the husk, maybe something's being put in them, and that's where the oddness starts.
I mean, no offense, but if any of us know about walking around wearing somebody else's husk...
Okay, that is actually I'm a little offended by that. I don't know why, but it feels. Why are you comparing me to this entity? Actually, that's why I'm offended. And I think more. So Moore is still angry at JoJo right now. But we've got a thing going on, and so he's, keeping it under wraps. But now he's irritated at that comparison, given what's happening. And I think he was about to say something that was more fueled by the irritation mixing with his anger at JoJo. And then, it's very clear he's about something. Then he's like, when I take over somebody, it is, well, okay, I guess, yeah, they come back a little odd, because with Moore, the first time I knew things, but I didn't, I was being trying to figure out who I was, and then with JoJo, I knew who JoJo was, but I wanted to be me.
I mean,
I don't know.
more all the love, and I say this with much respect to you over these years. You are the closest thing that we know to being a creature like this. I'm not saying you're like it, but Honey has a point.
I know that I didn't handle the situation right, but to Moore's credit, it's not like it's like I was saying to you earlier, Honey. It's not like I was I described it wrong. It's not nothingness that I was in. It was warmth and comfort, and that is more. I enveloped myself within him because he's safe. And this thing, if it is implanting itself, then it's more of an infestation. If anything, if we're going to draw comparisons, I'm more like this thing in the way that I treated Moore than Moore would be to, other people.
I think when JoJo says more was comfort and safety and whatnot, the very visibly, like he's trying to, like his face is fine. It's very good at that, but the like bodily reaction, like hands and fists kind of tensing, but is listening.
Okay, so we have something that's trying to lay down roots that we're assuming is planting itself in. Oh God, the cicadas. Do you think it's like a little parasite, or everything that hatched went into those people? Those are all the pieces left behind that it. Oh.
I have to go somewhere.
I really hope I'm wrong on that.
Maybe. Okay, what I'm about to say is very much a maybe ends justifies the means thing, and I get that. Maybe we find, if it's happened recently and and somebody is still here, maybe we need to grab them and I don't know.
Shake him for bugs?
Shake's one way to put it.
Oh, you mean full Sweeney Todd in this man, or like...
I don't know how we do it. Maybe there's a more magical solution to figuring it out, but I don't know if that would then irreparably harm. Like if it's if it's something like me where the person is in there and they can come back and I can go somewhere else, or they can swap places with me, then if we do something and it breaks that's like we've like killed somebody. But if it's they've been taken over, it's that, but we don't know.
Could we find the floor? Sorry.
It's okay. I think there's something to be said about these people that it's taking and the isolation that is its ultimate downfall. Is if we're going to compare this thing to us, then it's making its own friends in a way. So ultimately, as much as it might seem like, shooting fish in a barrel, it actually might be our way in to try to get rid of any person that has been implanted with it. At the very least, that's going to get its attention and meet us in a space that's not this halfway point that it keeps taunting Honey in. And maybe that's how we take it out.
Yeah. I mean, can we... This thing would probably be nesting in the hotel, right? I mean, infinite people coming in and out, tourists constantly.
Yeah.
The guy was cagey as hell with y'all?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. So we try to intercept or get into its circle, essentially, that it's making for itself. Should we present almost as friends of it? Just lay everything on the table to the hotel manager?
I kind of tried to suggest to the hotel manager earlier that I might be on the level with what's going on, but I couldn't get a read from them if they were to trust me.
Fair.
We could try to do the same thing with the mayor, and
That's a good point.
essentially approach the mayor and go, you know, hey, we're working for the same XYZ. What
Yeah.
happened? But
My worry about that, and like turns to Honey. So you could at any point contact this entity, and like we're talking right now. Could you contact this entity while we're talking to you, ask it a question, and it not like... My worry is that if they have a way to contact it the same way Honey does, that ruse, this carrot we're trying to put out, will not work. Now, I'm fine with trying it, but if that doesn't work, the stick has to follow.
Yeah, I mean, you smoke a house, something's gotta run out, right? There's only so much it can ignore us. I think the fight that we were ready for 50 years ago that we thought was going to happen is probably going to be what we're actually looking at now.
I think right here, right now, we all need to decide how far we're gonna go to put this thing down.
As far as it takes.
You
yeah,
can't just put it back.
Even if that means killing people. Flesh and blood people.
I think that we know what might be at stake, and when these options present themselves, I think we need to trust ourselves and each other to do what we think is right. So are we doing this tonight?
Oh god, I don't know if that's the best idea. I feel like getting some supplies maybe. I still, I think, got the shotgun in the attic. I mean, we could. Could also take one day to prep. They both have their positives.
I think, and I know I'm hardly in a place to say this, but I think that if we know what we need to do, then I think we should do it tomorrow. Because I think Jojo's right, that we need to be able to trust ourselves and each other. And I think we've got some work to do before that can be the case.
Alright.
So, do you guys have a proposed solution? It's okay if you don't, but if you have like this is how we want to approach the culprit, so to speak, and here's how we want it to go down. Do you have that?
Are we allowed to above table try to string together plan?
Yeah, no, totally.
Alright guys, what the hell are we doing now?
Okay. Okay, so we got two guys, right? So we have the mayor and we have whatever the fuck His name is
Clive.
that
Hotel
owns
Clive.
Clive. We have Clive. And what's the mayor's first name?
I have that.
Elton?
Elton, yeah.
Okay, so we have Clive and Elton.
It's Elton.
Yes.
We have Clive and E, whatever that man's name is.
Elton.
And so we have those two. We're not splitting up anymore. Like, we've done that. We all got to stick together. So I feel like we have to pick one of these two to do something to them, because I feel like if we pick one, the other one's like either via the entity will be like, okay, some shit's going on, and do whatever the fuck they could do about that, right?
Yeah.
So first, I think we need to pick one of these guys to go fuck with, right? And we think the nexus for this is the hotel.
My guess is that this thing has probably burrowed itself underneath the hotel, because where else would you put yourself if you needed to feed on people?
Yeah.
So then, Clive, at the hotel, I don't know, what are we doing to this guy? What is the plan? What is...
So, sorry, you go.
The plan seems to be, I mean, it's not much of a plan, but the plan seems to be that ultimately we are trying to find one of these hosts and learn a little more about what it means for them to be a potential host, if that's even the scenario. And because from what we can gather, that its spreading of itself through these people is itself creating an infrastructure of power, that if we can get to one of these people, learn even more about its weaknesses through that will then draw it out, and from there we can put it in more of a vulnerable state. But I do think there's kind of a weird first step of slightly more information from getting in touch with one of these hosts first.
So, okay.
We can do a two-step of, I think we've exhausted probably Clive's willingness to talk with us, like, on the side, hee hee ha ha, but I don't think we've exhausted that with the mayor. So I think if we go to the mayor first, we try to have the on-the-board conversation of, like, we get all the info out of him, we try to wring out, like, what is actually going on here, and that could be a party discussion of, do we just present ourselves straight up to the mayor of, like, hey, you're not just an author who wrote the story like a amount of years ago. I know what lies below. I know what's going on here. And I know what you've been messing with this entire time. And we see what information we can get out of him. And we present it as we understand the allure. We understand the pull. We want to help you. And then from there, I think we bounce over to the hotel with what information we have, because it'll probably inform us greatly on what our next steps will be. Because my superstition theory that I feel like is if we were to have a BBEG of sorts, it's probably hosting itself in Clive, if not, like, behind Clive, and can, like, separate real gross and be like, useless puppet, and then, like, you know, hit him down.
No, that makes sense. Okay, so...
That's me assuming a lot, though.
Well, here's the thing. I got more okay. And this might just be confirmation bias, because we talked to Clive more than we've talked to the mayor at this point. But I'm getting such, like, rancid vibes from Clive that it feels like if the creature was gonna be deeply tied to one of those two, it would be Clive, especially because he's like,
oh, for
yeah,
sure.
no, I'm bringing all the plans and da 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 da. So talking to the mayor, fucking around with Clive, potentially grabbing somebody that was a host in there somewhere.
The only other stop we could make is Elle's son said that he did have at his house, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, information on some of the missing people that Vic had been giving him. Yeah. But I think most of these people had left because they were tourists.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but
baby, it's 2026. You can call people.
This is true. A little Instagram action.
Wait, can we pause the over the table conversation and contact your son, whose name I have forgotten?
Ray.
Can contact
Ray and
Ray.
May.
Ray and May. Can we contact Ray and get that information?
Yeah. Let me call him. Y'all keep discussing. I'm gonna see if I can get some names and people I can
DM? I don't know what that is. I just send messages, but he says it's the same thing. It's fine.
Okay. I think I might be more tech savvy than you. Definitely than JoJo. Honey,
Call
I
him.
don't.
His number is actually in your phone.
That makes sense. And we'll actually be the one to step away and call Ray and let these three talk.
Mushy mushy.
Yellow. So yeah, you we'll go see how more is. You call Ray. It's like only like 7 p.m. Like it's not super late. Like it's he's probably just about to sit down for dinner for himself at this point. But you call him and he picks up and cheerfully. Oh, hey, Moore, how's it going? And you can hear it in his voice catch a little bit as he remembers, oh, you're not Moore, you're Moore. He says,
It
what's
might
up?
be easier if you change it to slower, just so you remember that I'm not him in the future. It's kind of that isn't.
It's weird in the tongue, slower.
Yeah, you can still call me more, but just so you don't forget. Okay, that's not why I called you and likely interrupted you eating. You had a list of people that disappeared and came back, right? Could you text that to me or take it, whatever is easier, text it, screenshot it, email?
Yeah,
Right
I could. I have, I don't have like contact information for all of them, but some of them I have. At the very least, like a email or an Instagram or something. I can email that to you. Probably best. It's an Excel spreadsheet. So like.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's perfect. I love that. But yeah, could you do that right now?
Sure. May, one sec. Hold on. Sorry. Yes, May. Tea party. We'll be back in a second. It's fine. You can hear him get up. And he. Goes over. What's I know Moore's email. I don't know if you where should I send this to?
I have access to everything, so you can just.
Okay. Yeah. You hear a little clicks, and he sends it over to you.
Thanks.
He's, how are things going over there? Is Mom okay? She doing okay?
Okay, so Moore's not actually gonna say, this is me, VJ, thinking what I'm about to say this to Ray. Jesus Christ. So, we're all fine over here. We're figuring out what to do about the problem, and it's gotten complicated for one of us, not your mom. She's fine on that end, but, emotionally, I think it's a lot. It's a lot for all of us.
Right. Yeah.
But we're taking good care of her.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Just call me if you need anything else. Or or come over. I'm right around the corner. Not too far.
I do have a kind of unrelated to the big issue here. How well does May know more?
I mean, she's known him her whole life. That is only 5 years, or 6 years.
Is this like a uncle not an uncle situation, or just a family friend? Like,
it's a little uncle not an uncle situation. Yeah.
Okay.
Uncle
Okay.
more, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. I might be staying, so I wanted to. Okay, I'm gonna let you go back to your tea party.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah. Tell Mama say hi. Well, that's going on. The three of you sitting in awkward silence.
For sure.
I think so, yeah. I'll have
Yeah.
some.
Processing that tofu lasagna.
Yep. She can cook now. That's really cool.
Are
I
you,
think
are
it's
you
very
just in
much a
silence? You
case
can't
of.
do
I think it's very much a case of. Were you ever a kid and your parents were very clearly fighting and they were trying not to fight in front of you, so you're sitting at dinner and it's the most tense, uncomfortable meal you've ever eaten because they both have a lot to say and they don't want to say it in front of you?
If my mom is watching,
that's-
no, that's never happened, but it's not.
I think that's probably what JoJo's feeling a lot of right now.
Yeah, I think Elle is like biting on her pen cap, just constantly looking at the board, and then at Honey, and then at the board, and then at JoJo, and then at the board, and it's just an awful repetitive cycle, and she's tapping her foot obnoxiously loudly.
I think Jojo just kind of looking back and forth between everybody more in the other room and his two friends at the table before him. I think he just kind of sits back and says, I think we'll be okay.
I really hope so, JoJo.
Yeah, I think I think it's a lot, and that's putting it poorly. But I think we all really care in really complicated ways. But ultimately, we all really, really care. And I think we'll be okay.
I think as JoJo says that, more comes back in, and the first thing he says is you thinking it's going to be okay based on your worldly experiences over the past 50 years?
Ooh, this lasagna's really good.
Ray says hi, and I have the list.
Oh, love that. You want to start DMing people?
Sure.
I'll do half of it.
We'll text a screenshot of it to you.
Most awkward group chat in existence.
Yeah.
It's a group chat. That's crazy.
That's evil.
It's like a spam
Bungalow
text.
buddies.
Are you immediately like going to try like for the people who have contact are going to try and like get in contact with them right now?
Might
I mean,
as
if
well send-
we're not doing anything tonight as a party to move forward, I think that's maybe for the best, just in case people don't immediately respond. I got that marketing brain right now where it's like if you send a DM at night, it gives them the whole evening into the morning to look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say more. I would like you to roll a presence check. You'll get an extra. I'm gonna say this is gonna be with advantage. So roll 3d6 and take the higher 2.
Yay! Ooh.
Ooh, I'm gonna get my little blood die.
Ooh.
That's
Ella's
my
helping
blood.
you draft a text. Oh, that's your blood.
Yeah, the budget.
Wow, that was fast.
This whole time Tanner's just been like on a tab at the side. We just can't see it.
I 100% needed that. So that's gonna be an 11.
Hey!
Perfect.
Really
That's plus your
I-
presence too?
Yeah, that's what my presence.
Beautiful.
I think you get a lot of dead ends. Like there's probably a dozen people on this list. You get like a lot of like and I think of that only 8 of them have actual contact information. So it probably takes you like 5 or 6 people. I mean, what actually are you saying to them? What are you sending to them?
Right. I think what he's saying, and mind you, if I need it because I have Remington Steel, passing yourself off as someone you're not, I think he's positioning this as, hello, I'm with the mayor's office. We know that while you were here, you experienced an unpleasant time, and in the interest of hoping you'll return, blah, 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 blah. We've set up a fund, and we're just, we need to confirm some details about if you would qualify for this. And if he needs, like, something or whatnot to sell this, he can have it and describe what it is.
I mean, just for the fun of it, sure.
Yeah, so I think what he gets is like an image of a like the mayoral seal, but it specifically has like inside of it it's like whatever I can't think of what the department name would be, but I think there's obviously one that's like injury and incidents in case something does actually happen here. So I think he has like that actual seal, which he shouldn't have access to, like it's an official document seal, but he has a digital copy of it that he's like signing, like when he sends it, it's on there and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think actually this would be a seal from like, because there's still not a police on the island. There's no cops on the island, so it wouldn't be like from the police department. But I think it would be from like the Department of Security, which is like the closest thing, like security and safety. So I think you get in contact. This is through a Facebook DM. This is a woman who does not have Instagram. You get in contact with a woman named Lydia Carr, who was here earlier in the summer, back in like beginning of June. Disappeared for 2 days and came back. She gets a response. You get a response from her, essentially being like, you know, hi. And she's the kind of she's probably in her like 50s or 60s, and this kind of person who like puts ... instead of just a period, so it's very ominous looking. So it's like, hi ... What more information do you need from me ... Thanks ... 4 dots at the end.
I think the first thing he'll say is, well, I think he's something to ask is, what were you doing? Do you recall? Like, what do you recall of the incident? What were you doing prior to whatever time you might have lost, and then afterwards? And also, I will need your financial institute information to send this money, because I think Moore is actually going to send some money because he has it. Why not? Since he's using her, we're not gonna. So why not?
Hey, give me your routing and account number, please.
Yeah.
Right now.
She types back, and I'm not going to say it, but just imagine the ellipses are still there. Don't you have... I filled out a report while I was there. Don't you have it on that?
We do have the report. We're just double confirming any of the details, seeing if there's anything you might have remembered.
She sends a thumbs up emoji. And then, because remember, this is also over Facebook Messenger.
It is.
And her profile picture is like the blurriest picture of her and a man, with like the sunset behind them. And you're like, I can't tell if they're happy in this or not. And she says, right before I was with my husband at the Cabana, which is the rooftop bar, right, I just remembered, there's actually a bar called the Cabana here in Roseville Beach. So they were at that Cabana. Silly me. They were at the Cabana. And with my husband, last I remembered, I was on the phone with my daughter. Next thing I remember, I was in front of the hotel 2 days later. And she continues, says, husband says, I just put my phone down, said I'll be right back, and left.
Did he tell you which direction you left in?
She says, no. Well, kind of. Says I went to bathroom and then went out bathroom window.
Okay. And have you experienced any of these memory lapses again since you've been home? And the reason I ask, if we are trying to gauge if there are any lasting effects, because that could potentially also affect the amount of the settlement that we're planning on sending you.
Mm-hmm. You see the little, like, the ... of, the typing bubble is there for, like, a long time. And she finally comes back and says, "My daughter says this sounds like a scam. Are you scam?"
No, ma'am, I'm not a scam.
She sends a thumbs up emoji. She just says, "No, memory has been fine since."
Okay. Thank you so much. And as I said, if you send the routing information, we'll get that money sent over to you as soon as possible.
She fully does. She,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Mark's not surprised at that.
Yeah. Do you look through her? She has a public Facebook.
Yes.
Do you look through her recent posts?
Yes.
That was the DM. That was the routing information.
Yep.
Her recent posts, you kind of scroll back, since June, before June, she, like, posted a little bit about, like, local community events, like, going to, like, little parties at, like, the community theater, like, the community garden, and didn't seem to be, like, a person who was splurging a lot of money or was, like, outgoing or doing a bunch of things. After you see a post from her at Brindlewood Bay, and every post after that is her doing something, like, extreme. Like, she's, like, on paragliding. She, like, went snorkeling at the Great Barrier Reef. Like, she went to Antarctica. And, like, all in the last 2 months, like, has been, like, jet setting, and, like, seems to be, like, a completely, like, much more out there extreme person.
And in the pictures, she looks fine. Like, she doesn't look like there's something weird going
on. What would you describe as weird?
A weird shadow that's like a shadow that shouldn't be where it is. Like a strange, far away, maybe glassy look in her eyes or anything like that.
I'll say you don't see her face elated. She's, like, so happy, so excited. Every day is an adventure. There's one picture, and you're looking at it, and it takes you a long time. You keep coming back to it, and you're not sure why. It's, like, her and her husband, like, like, dining at the Eiffel Tower. And there's something about it that you keep going back to, and you realize that she has 2 shadows. Her husband only has 1.
Okay, and is gonna go to Honey after saying this. Honey,
Yes.
have you ever had 2 shadows? Do you have 2 shadows?
That's a great question. Do I?
I will say, in your memory, you don't remember that ever being pointed out to you. The one thing you remember is you sometimes feel like the reflection looking back at you is not you.
Is Moore sharing these DMs with us as they come in?
Oh yeah, Moore shared all the information, but I think as he was, like, looking at the photos, he was just focusing and not talking. And then the next thing after he's done looking, he turns and says that to Honey.
Is this thing fucking vacationing?
I mean, maybe.
If it's been trapped for this long, is it just hitching a ride and making people do whack shit?
I know we kind of threw it out the window earlier, but maybe these people are making deals with it.
Right?
Yeah.
'Cause
Maybe what she always wanted was to see the world.
Yeah.
Do
No,
you
that
look at
makes so
other
much
people's, like, they're not everyone has public profiles, but those that do you look at them?
Oh yeah. After this revelation, yeah, would be like, okay, we, I think, splits up the public people, and it's like, okay, make sure everybody knows how to get on it on their phone. Grabs JoJo's phone, opens it up, puts it where it needs to be, and then gives it back. Is assuming Honey knows what she's doing.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're looking through the pictures of the various people.
You see, like, all of these people, it's not like you don't see a consistent, like, all of these people are traveling the world. Like, that's not something consistent. But, like, there's one person you see who, has, like, a bunch of, like, really long poetic prose written on their Facebook for, like, years and years and years. And after visiting Brindlewood Bay, they post about getting a publishing deal. You see a person who talks about being disconnected from her family after visiting Brindlewood Bay. There's a picture of her and what appears to be like her daughter, like smiling happily. You see, you see people who look like they are like achieving dreams,
Living their best lives, being the best
Yeah.
versions of themselves. Cool.
They're free.
Okay.
They're
They're
free.
making deals. Okay.
And what are they giving up in exchange?
It can't be opening a door. Honey
Honey, open the door, yeah.
did that. Did we see any extra shadows on any of these guys?
Yes, all of them have at least one picture where you can see an extra shadow.
Oh, God.
Okay, sorry. Do we need to...
It's not.
Go ahead.
I would say it's not always an extra shadow. Sometimes it's like a weird. There's a weird glint in the eye, or there's a weird glitch, like refraction going on, something like that. There's always at least one photo where there's something that's off that shouldn't be.
Not to backtrack on everything we've said, but maybe the solution actually is opening the door again and pushing this thing through.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like something we can contain at this point. It's
No.
loose.
Like, what are we gonna do? Go kill everybody on this
Person to
fucking
person?
list?
Right.
We don't even know if it jumps person to person or if it's in everybody.
Yeah, we gotta open the door.
Yeah.
Honey, you remember when you guys were underground and you went to that middle place? He wasn't asking you to open the door or to like open it wider or to do anything. He said the only thing he asked was if you changed your mind to say his name. Did you tell anyone else that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't remember when I said it, but at some point, L out loud in the string boarding I verbally said the only things I know about the creature is that it feeds on greed and desire and that it is so dangerous to say its name. Because that was information L had from Indy's books. So that was said out loud at some point in all of the string boarding, so you have that.
I think it is less that she's not telling you because she wants that information, and more that she thinks you will not trust her to have that information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tanner, your face is this episode. Really.
I'm in pain.
Okay.
Again, Tanner, never get Botox.
I've been doing it this whole episode.
Okay.
Botox, my DM doesn't know I'm scared.
Does this information that we now have change the plan? We go to the mayor.
Yes.
Okay. What are we thinking now?
I mean, we can't just shoot this thing unless it's somehow, like, living, you know what I mean? Like, unless it's hopping. We can't just, like, get rid of it, and if it's hopping, then do we just kill the person it's in, or, like, I don't know how to expel it out of somebody, and if we can't, then we need to open it up. But what do we push through?
Right. If it has a main host, then that needs to be the thing, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like it is omnipresent throughout all of these people. So we need to figure out what exactly it means to put this thing on the other side of the door.
Okay. At this point, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong. With all the clues that we have, we can theorize, and it allows us to. And with the theory we make based on the clues, if we roll well enough, it is correct. And okay, so yeah,
There is no solution.
Yeah,
There's
it's just
no
us deciding.
It's the only answer is to answer.
We have to roll for it, dude.
Yeah, we have to come up with what we think is correct, and then we roll for it.
I think that if we have a nice little tea party with this thing, it'll simply go away and leave all of it.
Whoa! I got
I think that's so correct.
Oh my god, guys, I rolled all sixes on every D6 ever.
I think we have to. I think we have to bring somebody with us that has made a deal with this thing, preferably not just Honey. I think we have to bring it with us down into the place, into the fucking seal, the actual seal. I think we have to take the seal out, and whatever space opens up, and we might just have to, push the actual physical person into whatever opens up and leave them there.
So, if we're thinking the tree analogy of what this thing is, we need somebody other than Honey, and we're hoping that's Clive, with a deep enough connection to this thing where if we throw it in, all of the other branches and parts of it die.
Yes. Hey, wait, Dan, timeline question. So, when did that motherfucker get here? Clive. When did Clive get here?
The hotel, I believe, Clive himself got there in the 90s. The hotel opened up a little bit later.
Okay. So Clive has been there for how many years?
It's 26 in the summer presently in our game. So
Okay.
30-ish.
26 plus 36-ish years.
36 this year. Okay. I think. And how long has Mayor Fuckhead been here?
He has only been here for 4 years.
Okay. I think it has to be Clive. He's been here for the longest, and then his shit popped up. And then all of these tourists and as far as we're seeing, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been tourists that have gone missing and popped back up, correct? And then all of these tourists start having this happen, so the hotel had to bring them here, so it's got to be Clive. Like, outside of Honey, it's either Honey or Clive, and it's obviously not Honey.
Well, we're not pushing Honey through, so...
No, we're not pushing Honey through the hole.
No, so we need to... So, do we feel like there's any usefulness in going and talking to the mayor for any information?
If we could shake him down, but I don't really think so. I mean, I could be wrong.
I don't... At worst, we would learn more. At most, we would learn more. I think. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know
it does.
how much more applicable
Yeah.
anything we could get from it is.
Plus, maybe one disadvantage of going to the mayor first is if they really are some weird hive mind communicate each other thing where this can pop in and out. We don't want it to give it any more forewarning than we already are by having this conversation with Honey in the room.
I mean, I'm operating under the assumption that this thing is omnipresent and knows what we're talking about, but operates under a confidence that it cannot be shaken by mortals or whatever.
Yeah.
Dan, crazy question. Clive,
It's gonna be a crazy answer then.
straight up, I fucking hope so. Clive doesn't look anything like homeboy from episode 1, the construction worker.
Dale?
Dale?
Yeah,
No.
he doesn't look okay.
Oh,
Good.
fuck. I had a stringboard theory about Dale.
But I'm fucking watching you, Dan.
Does the mayor look anything like Dale?
No.
Such a dick.
That pregnant pause.
I don't like
dick.
how long you thought about that.
Pause.
Yeah.
With
10
twins.
months
Third
pregnant kind of pause.
trimester for sure.
Yeah, trimester pause.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is we go and kidnap Clive and bring him down to the thing. We take the seal out and then we shove him into whatever space and then put the seal back in.
I want to hold this man on gunpoint, low-key, and see if we can get him to admit to what he did.
Okay, yes. In the mix of kidnapping him and doing this fucky shit to him, we try and force him to confess. Doesn't matter if he does or doesn't, because we will be shoving him into whatever metaphorical space we have to close this up.
And even though we're very, very sure that this man is evil, we should get a verbal or pretty good understanding through talking to him that he is actually evil before we throw him in the hole, so it's not just capitalist evil, it's like primordial evil.
I don't know.
But
Yeah.
if he's
seems
also capitalist, I think
worth
we should
it.
okay, you know what? Actually, if he's capitalist evil, I'll handle it myself later. No big deal.
That's a bigger punishment, I feel like, than getting thrown in, like, the eldritch hole is like...
Yeah. There's like normal punishments for normal evil.
Well, it's like, do we have him stay here and, like... I was about
I
to get
don't
into a
know.
whole thing about the prison industrial complex, and I don't know where I'm going.
Okay, listen.
So-
Don't worry about it. I'll handle him at the end of this if
Okay.
if I'm still here. It's fine. You don't.
For theorize, one of you will roll your 2d6. You will add whatever what the number of clues that you're incorporating into this theory, minus the complexity of this mystery. This mystery, I again arbitrarily assigned this mystery a complexity of 4.
So at every roll, plus clues minus 4.
Yes.
Yes,
And how many we're using? 3 clues?
I believe you're using 3 clues.
So we're at a minus 1
Minus
on
one?
whatever we roll.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's go through the clues, right? So we have the missing people. Which we've contacted. We've got
That this thing preys on desire and greed.
mhm.
And then information
We've-
about the eldritch creature.
Wait, say that last one again.
That this is not a creature like more, something more eldritch preying on desire and greed to gain a foothold in this reality. The ritual, and we also know the thing recently that we got from Indy's journal. I feel like we have 4. Didn't Jojo get a clue earlier today? Yes, we do have 4 clues because we know that whatever happened to the disc, it wasn't like the crack isn't in the disc. We opened the disc and lifted it, and the thing came out, and then it got back safely. We were able to confirm that at the beginning of the episode with Jojo. So we have 4. Because the last clue that we got was L's with Indy, which is that she knows that what's it called? Physically isolating it is important, and and it being physically connected to another place is dangerous.
So
Then
that's
let's
just
call
a
it
flat roll
even.
then.
A flat roll.
Cool.
Who wants to roll?
Fucking nodding.
I think it should be Honey. I think it should be Jamie.
Oh,
And if Jamie doesn't want to,
I
if Jamie
agree.
doesn't want to do it, I will do it because I volunteered you. But I think it should be you.
No, I think narratively it makes sense. I'm just
Yes,
afraid of the consequences
exactly.
of my own actions.
Okay, remember. Wait, question: Does the crown, like bumping it up, still work for this?
yes.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
Okay,
But
so
I think it's we all
everyone
have to
has
do it.
Yeah.
we all have to mark a crown.
Yeah.
But don't
Okay.
we also have the thing that we only get once a session?
That can't work.
The I remember whens.
Yeah.
Damn.
I tried.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Jamie, choose your
Hey,
next
look,
clue.
listen. Literally, worst case scenario here, it's a 7 to 9 because we're all gonna mark a crown. It's fine.
This is true.
It is fine.
It'll be okay.
Good energy. We're all giving you energy. It's
I'm gonna-
You got this.
Okay, so it's a 5.
Okay, so it's a 7 to 9. Everybody mark a crown. Jesus Christ.
But what happens on a 5? It is. You all talk about this, you talk about this plan of
God.
going to Clive and taking him down and bringing him down to the hole and, fucking his shit up. And Honey, you can just hear, peekaboo, I hear you, as the ground shakes beneath you, and a hole opens up in the bungalow, swallowing all of you. But that doesn't happen, because you all put on a crack.
I hate you.
Sick person.
And I would love to make a request for your flashback to be a flashback to that summer of 1976 that you all share. If you can make that work.
For each of us?
Or like the one group shared thing.
I think one group shared thing could be fun. Like you all contribute one thing.
Mm-hmm. What's the scenario? Are we going like before things got fucky? Is it the night before things changed so irrevocably because somebody ran away?
Well, what does Honey think of in this moment that would help her?
Yeah.
I think what Honey is thinking of is not the moment she was playing guitar for Elle, but the moment after, when Elle was not a bird but a person and was still dancing in the sunlight in the middle of the worn-out carpet with Moore and Jojo just in the next room. Because I think that was the first time she ever really felt like she had a family.
Man.
How building on that moment, in that moment, I think that Jojo and Moore, you were also, you were there. I think there was margaritas being made. There was, you were all kind of trying to chill. Moore, what do you take from this memory?
I think what he takes from it is actually, I think he kind of has the same feeling. Like, I think because these guys aren't the first group of people that he was the land supervisor for, but they were the last, and he definitely made like acquaintances and some friendships from the others, but he got the closest with everybody here. But I think this moment is also one of the ones that solidified, oh, these aren't just my friends, these are going to be like my family, the people that I'm going to have in my life for the rest of their lives. And just this like very overwhelming sense of never being alone again, at least not for a very long time, whatever the lifespan of all of his friends are.
What about Jojo?
I think there is a contentment that Jojo doesn't recognize, but in the context of this being looking backward is so simple and prevalent, that I think in the moment he knew that these people around him, with them is where he belongs, and that there isn't any corner of the universe where he could find this feeling of contentment. And he knew that then, but he didn't recognize it. And in the hindsight, it's this beautiful pain of the recognition that he had everything but also a reminder that he still does, at least for the moment.
And what does Elle remember from this moment?
I think this is when she finally accepted how happily indebted she felt to all of these people. There was so much chaos in her life beforehand, and being in the middle of the living room, having just been a bird, and having every single person wanting to contribute or help her or say something, recognizing how much she learned about community from Moore, how much she learned about stillness and reflection from Jojo, and how much she just wanted to live life every single time she was around Honey, that there was this zest and this freedom and flight under her wings that actual flight could never give her when she was around her, that she was so happy to feel, and agreed with herself at that moment that no matter what these people ever did, where they went, that whenever they came back to her, that she would do absolutely everything to keep them safe and cared for like they've done for her since she left home.
You think you all collectively feel that memory and feel the warmth and the just that feeling of family and that feeling of home that fills you with confidence and fills you with stability that you're not sure if you felt for 50 years. But you did get a 7 to 9, which means there's a complication to your plan. Every single one of you, one of your phones gets notifications. A few of them. Every single person that you contacted tonight has responded just with 3 words. I heard that. And that's where we'll end this week's session. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of What Lies Below. I hope you had as much fun and whimsy as my players did.
So, whimsy?
Whimsy's a crazy word.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I need you to know that I'm actually on the United Nations Human Rights Commissioner page right now.
And he's not lying. I'd love to give them all a second to tell you who they are and what they have going on. Let's start with Sid.
Hi, my name is Sid Matea, and I've been scared. And also, Elle, or Lily Mae Jones. Very excited to see how this last push goes for our folks. Oh, shoot, where you could find me. Man, Dan's gonna find me somehow. But you can find me at Sid.Matea on Instagram, or if you think I look cool, at Dovebird.cosplay if you want to see me do some cool costumings, as I will be preparing a Coop cosplay for next Katsu, as well as some fun other things if you like Critical Role.
VJ.
Hi everybody, my name is VJ Harris. You can find me. Actually, before I say that, we've been the victims of war crimes, and I'm never playing a game with Dan again. I say that frequently. Anyway, you can find me at VJH Creations everywhere on the internet. Twitter, please don't find me there. I don't go there anymore. Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. My email, vjhcreations@gmail.com if you have a work inquiry. And while this is out, On Call, the werewolf emergency dispatching game, is 100%, at least the unlaid out PDF, fully edited, is there. And depending on when you're seeing this, the full thing, its beautiful art and all, might also be there on Itch or Drive-Thru RPG. So folks, make sure to go check that out.
Tanner.
I'm Tanner as an Arrow, and if you like the sound of my voice, then you can listen to me DM for the actual play podcast, Foes and Fables. We're probably going to pivot, though, to being a audio fanfic podcast where I'm going to narrate a fanfic about the 4 of us drawing and quartering Dan in response to the crimes that have been committed. It's going to be great.
Jamie.
And I have been Luann Washington, but you can call her Honey. All her friends do. You can find me anywhere fine books are sold at Miss Jamie Sunshine. And please keep an eye out for the game that I am currently working on that hopefully will have a name by the time this comes out. It is Jaws, it is Moby Dick, it is hunting massive monsters with your friends. And I'm so excited to be putting it together.
As I said, I am Dan the Baker. You can find me at Dan_the_Baker, wherever I want you to find me. These guys will find me at my house, which is something they threatened every single session. But you can always find me here at Tiny Ghost Ship Games, where we will have more actual plays, one-shots, interviews, recipes, and so much more. So, as always, I have been Dan Baker. This has been Tiny Ghost Chef Games, and we really hope we lifted your spirits today. Bye-bye. In our sillies a little bit. We'll take a little break.
Before we go.
Don't do it.
They have to know before we go, guys. Do you know that JoJo now has to learn about 9/11?
Okay.
Tell me that!
And I messaged BJ going, wait, we have to teach JoJo about 9/11 right after 6/7.
Hey Jojo, the other important numbers you should learn.
So many numbers.
Message BJ being like, oh my god, 6/7, what happened to the second tower?
And then I was like, what if JoJo learns it from a meme? Because did you guys see on TikTok when that person made the Lego towers and then had the plane?
Jojo learns about 9/11 from a TikTok that she
That's
sends
so
him
funny.
via her grandson.
Look at Dan. I couldn't. I'm so sorry, but like we were having such a sweet conversation, so I couldn't put it in the group chat. So I was like, "What's the next best thing?" Messaging VJ directly about 9/11.
I was struggling to keep it a straight face. I was struggling so bad.
That's so good. That's so good. I'd like to think that before getting context, Jojo would be like, well, those numbers are bigger than 6/7, so it must be even funnier, whatever it is.
Dead.
So let's take a little.
Wait, 6/7. 9/11.
All right.
I love this fucking
So
game.
come back at say 9:30. How about that?
Okay.
Understood.
All right.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you, 9:30.
Thank you, 9:30.
Thank you, 9/11.